The next speaker for today is Shri Biju Vergese. He co-founded the law firm Counsel Pro and has negotiated commercial transactions and settled commercial disputes in more than 20 countries across the world. He is an alumni of the National Law School of India and is also a British Chevening Scholar and did his post-graduation in law from Sweden and UK. He sits on the boards of companies in USA and in India. I now call upon him to give us his thoughts on the journey of Mr. Sanjay Sahay.
My friend Sanjay, distinguished dignitaries in the audience, and I heard my friend Amar Pandey is also here, but I have not spotted him. Yeah, he is there. And ladies and gentlemen, this reads evolution of a public persona. So I am left with no choice but to go back 23 years. While I was a law student, the then Commissioner of Police, Mr. R. Ramalingam, in 1995 or maybe the end of 1994, introduced me to a very young and dynamic police officer who was then the Deputy Commissioner of Police Headquarters. And while a few specks of grey have come with passage of time, the dynamism has not reduced, but on the contrary, it has only increased by the year and by the day. And over these 24 years, while the previous speakers mentioned here, adorned a number of key police positions in Karnataka, as well as, I think, in UN peacekeeping position in Kosovo in 1990, in 2011, and in, I think, in Sudan in 2015. Whichever positions he has held, he has brought a deep passion, involvement in those positions. And I have had the opportunity to very closely interact, observe, outside the garb of officialdom, in private settings, in private meetings, over picnics, with him and engage with him quite deeply in some of his thought processes. And the germination of this thought of his interest in public speaking, before it manifested in the form currently it is, which I believe is only the beginning, a few years back, I had the opportunity to discuss with him. And I see this translating, the previous speaker spoke about, picked out a few of it. If you look at that, some of the things that I try to recollect are, look at the diversity of topics. It is as diverse as the audience today here, or even more. If you look at some of the topics, I'm trying to recollect the use of blockchain in governance, ICT solutions for developing smart cities, electronic evidence, Akshay Patra. That was another thing which caught my attention, the previous speaker said. Use of technology in Akshay Patra. And a number of them, digital data protection framework, emerging trends in artificial intelligence. It spans a whole gamut of topics with an underlying connect being technology. At some point in time, I started believing that he has become a technology evangelist. And in his office, one of my visits to his office, I saw the photo there was of Steve Jobs. And undoubtedly, I have felt that the influence of Steve Jobs has been great in this evolution. While I came up on the stage, he showed me 3 fingers and said 3 minutes. So, having said that, I am constrained by the time. I would like to say many more things, but I would end with one quote from his guru, Steve Jobs, which reads, ultimately it comes down to taste. It comes down to trying to expose yourself to the best things that humans have done and then try to bring those things into what you are doing. Picasso had a saying, good artists copy, great artists steal, and we have always been shameless about stealing greatest ideas. And I think part of what made the Mac great was that the people working on it were musicians and poets and artists and zoologists and historians who also happened to be the best computer scientists in the world. In that thought, I think here we have a technology evangelist who also happens to be a police officer. Thank you very much.